What it is it has full-blown accountability all the way from the top to the bottom. And that's what's really what it is.
I want to get to more of the questions.
Yeah.
I think that we go on with that in another town hall.
Because I would like to know if there were any non-disclosure agreements executed.
Right. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Were there any non-disclosure agreements? As far as
They're talking about the severance agreements. Did we?
No, I want to
Did we make
know
people sign
any.
NDAs?
Were there any NDAs signed in fellowship with anybody?
Yeah.
yeah.
No. I'm saying yes. Answer the question.
Yeah. No, so it's what it is you have confidentiality agreements.
Correct. My question is, were there any?
Yes. He's trying to answer. Okay.
I know what they are. I think you all know what they are. I just want to know yes or no, were there any?
We have severance agreements, and it's a non-disparaging clause in that agreement that we have offered to everyone that has left that we paid a severance to. It's been our heart, which is not enforceable, by the way. So the comment has come up several times about hush money. Well, first of all, if there was hush money, ain't nobody hushed. and you will not see us applying or asking anyone not to say anything. So you can check with anyone that's done. It is our practice when we are able and when we can to be as generous as possible to the people that have worked here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And let me I wanted to shit. That was a part of the question. Yeah, and the reason why that happens, and that just doesn't happen here. It happens in multiple churches. And the reason why it does is because what you don't want employees to do, remember, this is a place in which sinners come, broken people come, broken families come. What you don't want is people to go out and share those types of things with other people. So it's very typical amongst churches that as they give a severance, there's a non-disclosure, but it's only, what it does is, it's not an NDA, what most of us would perceive something from the corporate world, because I'm also in the corporate world as well. It really, that NDA validates the confidentiality agreement that they signed when they first become employees.
So I just have a question, because I didn't want to assume that any NDAs were signed. Knowing that NDAs were signed and executed, my question is, the people that signed the NDAs were under your authority. You were in power, you're still in power. You have a platform. People that signed the NDAs have no platform. Whether they're currently being employed or being let go or resignated, how would they be able to have a voice to express their reasons for departure or any complaints that they may have against someone in authority? What platform do they have to be able to speak with people that are still in fellowship? That's my question. Thank you.
So I just want to clarify that because a lot of people ask questions about that. So they're not NDAs. Number one, they're not NDAs. They're non-disparaging clauses, among other things, and it's a mutual agreement that we would not sow discord in the body. It doesn't even hold as much weight as in our handbook, the confidentiality commitment that we make. So when you work here, you are committed to confidentiality with people's information. This has to be a sacred place. It has to be a place where confidentiality is held high. The language in the confidentiality handbook, which everyone that works here is required to hold, is more strict than what's in the non-disparaging agreement. So no one is invited to leave fellowship with this muzzle on them. They are not muted. What we are inviting is a mutual respect for one another and if you have an alt with someone at fellowship, I would argue that we practice Matthew 18 and go to them, even though that this is not corporate, it's a power and power. We are pastors and shepherds. You can come, and what the scripture says, if you come and you feel like you're not heard, go and grab an elder, grab someone from y'all, and y'all come and say, hey, we're coming as a congregation and coming with them, we have a problem. And if that doesn't work, Matthew 18 says, then let's take it out. Let's take it out. That it's not. So if that's, I don't know who that is saying we did, but please grab a group of us and let's come and let's reason together. There's a big difference between you hearing what you want or hearing something you disagree with. And if you're asking, is there a platform for people to promote their disagreement? The concern with that is that you're not going to bring all. It's like you go to work, you have a fight with your boss, you disagree with the conclusion, you go on Facebook with your clients and hash it out there. At some point, we just got to have a good faith and say, if there was a poor process and you brought something and you didn't feel heard, bring somebody else with you and come so that you might be heard. We desire to hear you. But at some point, we've got to all be willing to tell the truth together and say, I didn't like what I heard. I don't like the direction we're going. I disagree with it. So now I want to leave. That's respectful, that's honoring, and I'm not mad at that. That's not what we're talking about. Y'all, we have not practiced abuse with our staff. We have not. It has been a frustrating place. Some answers were disagreed with. Some answers, you're right, came way too late. But we are not monsters and abusive. You were just frustrated and you didn't like it. And that happens at work. But what should not happen is it goes into the congregation and it sows discord among one another. Now we're fighting with one another because we're not getting the whole truth. We're a church family, but we also have an HR department. I can't sit down and tell you everything that went on in the conversation. So when you hear something different, you call me a liar, and I'm saying, we got records, but they're not, everyone has to own their contribution to where we are. I'm owning mine. This is what I contributed. We all have to hold our contribution. And that's not going to spread well on Facebook and Instagram. Sir.